Hello, my name is Tess. Welcome back to my channel, The Way with Paint. And for this episode, I just want to show you how I made my gouache palette. So, mostly I've been using watercolor, graphite, and water-soluble pencils. But lately, I wanted to try gouache. Actually, this is my second set of gouache. And I'll tell you later what happened to the first set. So, I just want to show you how I made my palette. So, what is gouache anyway, no? Actually, it's almost the same as watercolors. And it's actually called an opaque watercolor. So, same pigments, same binder, gum arabic. So, they share the same characteristics na you use water to like activate it so that you could use it for painting, and when it dries you can reactivate it by just using water. So it's also very handy, like watercolors, all you need is water. So but some other artists, they prefer gouache, depende kasi sa style that you want to achieve. With watercolors kasi it's more of transparent, so the lines underneath your initial drawing shows through the watercolor, and it's okay for some artists because that's their style. But there are some artists who want to cover these lines, and when you use gouache, the first layer does not show, unless of course, since gouache is almost like watercolor, if you use enough water and mix it with the paint, you can still have that watercolor effect of transparency. So, actually, it depends on how you mix the paint with the water. Ganon din naman with watercolors. Kasi actually, there are some watercolors, depende sa brand, depende sa color, that you could make them almost look like gouache or acrylic, no? There are even merong mga hybrid na acryl gouache, that's what they call it. Particularly, I use it in a previous na sketch, acryl gouache. However, you lose that character na that you can re-wet it when it dries on a palette. So, it takes on the characteristic of an acrylic. And once you apply the paint, it dries, so it dries fast, dries easily, unless of course if you want that that kind of medium in your work. So it has its uses, but somehow parang I've used Turner acryl gouache. I don't think it's my kind of medium, so I will try gouache, and then I'll show you first how I made my palette, and then maybe I'll show you a sample of my work using gouache, so that you could see the difference between a gouache painting and a watercolor painting. So, let's see now. I'll turn the camera, no, to show you my table. Okay, so here are the things that we need. I have two different tapes, isang masking tape and one double-sided tape. And then, marker. Actually, you could use like a ball pen or pencil, just for labeling the paint. And then, this is my set of gouache paints. So, 18 colors siya. Reeves yung brand. And then, a ruler. So, this is optional actually. And then, your Halfpans. Okay. So, I started with the palette already. So, just to show you, this is actually a tin can na I bought from Trinoma sa Landmark. Madali nyo makikita yun eh. Kasi it's near the entrance. If you're coming from the MRT, coming out of the MRT line, malapit siya sa entrance. So, ganito siya kalaki. So, about like 4 inches. No? So, dalawang layer siya. So, very handy siya. Very, very portable. So, the first layer, doon ko nilagay yung mga pans. So, hindi pa complete to. Based on the, yung dimensions niya, I can fit like about maybe 13 colors. Kasi, 8 and then 5. So, 13 colors. Medyo hindi ko lang na-center ng konti eh. So, pero, pwede na rin yan. So, I'll show you how kung paano ko dinikit yung pants dito sa tin can. Okay? And then, the second layer, just to show you, may space siya enough for like a small water bottle. And then, this small pencil. Actually, HB pencil to na Staedtler. Kaya lang, kaya siya umigsi ng ganito. Because my dog chewed on it. My dog has an affinity for wood and paper. So, actually, lagi niya nabibiktima yung mga pencils ko. So, he chewed on the other end. Actually, both ends nga yata. He chewed on the pencil. So, I wanted to save it. Sayang naman kasi. So, I just sharpened both ends. So, for light sketches and for your initial drawing, pwede na ito. And then, I think this is Sakura na a portable brush. So, meron siyang cover. And then, if you're gonna use it, you just put the brush and tanggalin niyo yung cover. Okay? And then, of course, a small kneaded eraser for mistakes. So, ayan. And then, meron din akong cloth for wiping. Yan, wipe mo lang. And also, yung for paint. So, kapag, if you want to remove the paint from the brush or medyo parang tanggalin man ng konting water yung brush. So, ano lang to eh. Like, I think yung Pranella na I just cut it. So, very useful. So, ngayon, I'll show you how I put the half pan dito. Okay? So, this one, I stuck a masking tape here. This like about half an inch, I think, yung thickness, no, nun tape. So, I just put it in here, and then underneath, this is a double-sided tape. Okay? So, para dumikit siya dun sa side, on the base of the pan. And then, pag tinanggal ko kasi ito, pag tinanggal ko itong, yung the other side of the tape, para mag-stick siya dito. Okay? If you would notice, actually, nilagyan ko na ng, ng sticker, yung palette. So, isa-stick ko na lang yung pan doon. Okay? So, yan natin. Ito tong part na to para I think wala pa. Konti pa lang. So, I'll put the tape on it. If you're medyo feeling OC ka, you could use you could use a ruler para sakto-sakto siya. Okay. Pero ako, I just try to estimate. Medyo mas feeling OC kasi ako sa dun sa yung paints ng mismo. Okay. Hindi ko siya malagay ng sakto. Yeah, you have to be careful with this in double-sided tape. Very sticky kasi siya. And minsan medyo mahirap remove yung backing, yung paper. Okay. There. So, para mas supported yung pan natin. So, dito, dun sa yung ito pala. Ito kasi wala pang label eh. This one. Actually, the masking tape is for purposes of labeling the pan. At syempre, naputol na naman yung recording. So, where was I? So, I was mentioning about, yung pants, ano. So, the labels on the pants, just an insurance for me. If this gets mixed up with the other pants, so, masking tape, you could also use yung mga name stickers, and siguro, i-cut mo na lang siya to size, and then, yan, underneath, nandyan yung mounting, yung double-sided tape. Okay? So, ngayon, kompleto na yung label, I will remove yung paper backing nung double-sided tape. Actually, you can also use magnets. Kaya lang, my problem with that is, nung ginamit ko siya, minsan natatanggal din yung sticker dun sa likod ng magnet. So, parang mas better na to kung mas gusto mo na mas permanent yung pagkakadikit niya. So, I just put it right there. Or, pwede ko siyang, you just need to have a system dun sa yung palette. So, dito sa ginawa ko, I have yung, pinagtabi-tabi ko yung similar colors, no? And I stuck with the primary colors. Except lang for yung flesh tint. That's my convenience color kasi. And then, syempre, yung white and the black for mixing. And then, yung ilalagay ko ngayon is burnt umber and burnt sienna. So, itong hawak ko ngayon is for burnt umber. So, yung gawin ko, medyo isa-separate ko lang siya ng konti dun sa white and black. Ano lang yan, for aesthetics lang. Kasi para makita ko lang siya na separate, ganun lang. Pero pwede naman din sila magkakatabi. Yun. Actually, ito dapat yung violet, medyo ihiwalay ko dapat kasi hindi naman siya primary color. So, parang another color of, convenience color lang din for me, for mixing, for shadows. Depende rin kasi kung ano yung pinipaint mo eh. If you're like me, mostly I'm painting people, portraits, no? So, I need colors that I can use for skin tones. Actually, dapat meron din green sana dito, pero I figured na I can just use yung blue tsaka yung yellow to mix a green if I need one. Tsaka, kung darker green naman, I have yung blue tapos yung ka-yellow na or yellow ochre or kaya yung medium yellow for getting a green that I want. And bihira naman akong gumamit nun. So, eto, pwede na to for me. Okay? So, I'll show you how I put yung from the tube. So, burnt umber itong nilagay natin ng pan. So, baka magkalituhan eh. Burnt umber. Okay. So, what I do is, I just position the tube para over near, very, very near lang nung top nung half pan, no? So, yung gouache naman kasi when you I squeeze it out sa tube. When you squeeze it out, mas fluid siya ng konti sa watercolors. So, watercolors kasi when you squeeze it out of the tube, parang mas creamy siya. So, the tendency is that when you squeeze it out of the tube into the pan, hindi siya yung nagle-level kagad. So, minsan parang nasa mas marami sa one side. Ito parang, nagle-level kaagad yung paint dun sa pan. Although it depends on the color. Kasi, like, yung white, madali siya. Pero yung, like, the first few colors that I put, yung mga yellow, medyo parang mas creamy kasi siya. So, parang, para mapantay mo pa siya, I use a watercolor brush or any painting brush, no, para lang pumantay siya dun sa pan. And then, eto, kung titingnan nyo, itong burnt umber, nung pagkalagay ko dun sa pan, mukhang pumapantay naman siya kagad. So, I don't think I need to use the paintbrush para pumantay yung level ng paint sa loob ng pan. Okay? Tapos, another tip, if you're squeezing out yung paint from the tube, right after, you can squeeze on the sides para hindi magsispill yung paint na naiwan dun sa may opening of the tube. Ganun kasi yung tendency. And then, when you try to cover it, i-screw mo yung cap, tendency is meron lalo pang napupuntang paint dun sa cap. So, sayang. So, para ma-suck inward yung remaining na paint that was on the tip of the opening of the tube, try to press on the sides. So now is-screw ko na yung cap, no, para naka-close siya. Ang napansin ko rin with this gouache, madali naman siyang mag-dry, although not rock hard dry. It might take a day siguro kung ganun katigas, pero itong mga nauna ko nilagay, relatively dry na siya. Itong flesh tint medyo matagal siyang mag-dry. Ngayon parang mukhang medyo ano pa siya na mabasa pa ng konti. So before you close yung palette or yung parang itatago mo na siya, make sure na relatively dry na lahat ng paint, kasi if not, when you close the palette, magsistick yung paint, yung nasa ibabaw na paint, magsistick siya dun sa cover ng palette. So sayang yung paint. So this is burnt sienna. I love these colors kasi parang yung burnt umber and burnt sienna, kasi yan yung ginagamit for base color for flesh, if you're painting a person. So very convenient siya. Okay, so we'll just repeat what we did with the burnt umber. So ganun ulit yung position, pero medyo naka-incline ng konti yung tube. Ito medyo mas creamy to compared dun sa burnt umber kanina. Kasi ito para yung burnt umber kanina parang halos parang water lang na yung nagle-level siya kagad dun sa container. Ito hindi, para mas creamy siya eh. Okay. So squeeze dito sa gilid para yung remaining paint masak ulit inward, then close with the cap. Okay. So if you notice na parang siguro pa hindi makita masyado sa sides of the pan, parang meron ba naiwan na paint. For other people who are more OC, they will try to remove that parang ito yung nandito sa black. You could actually use a watercolor brush to try to remove that para hindi walang nakaano dun sa side. But you have to be careful kasi baka makuha mo rin yung paint sa yung nasa loob ng pan, kakalat lang lalo. So what you could do is just pick it up with the paintbrush na medyo wet para sumama yung paint. Tapos kung for some paints like what I did with yung mga red na colors and the blue colors, kasi since hindi siya nag-level kaagad dun sa container, I tried to stab yung paint para pumantay siya, and then yung remaining na paint na iwan dun sa brush kasi medyo marami, pinahid ko lang dun sa cover ng palette. See? Yan, yung ganun din ginawa ko dun sa flesh tint. So, ngayon, natapos na siya, I'll just leave this on my table, no? Para by tomorrow siguro, dry na siya enough for me to, para hindi siya tumapon pag halimbawa kahit nakatagilid siya dun sa bag mo, no? Kapag naka-close yung palette. So, that's the finished na palette. Okay? So, ilalagay na natin siya dun sa air. Hindi ko lang muna siya i-close kasi mabasa pa yung paint eh. So, there you go. Actually, you can also use yung pencil case. Yung pencil case, yung school pencil case. Depende for kung ano yung need mo. There are some artists who could go with 6 colors lang eh. Yung talaga yung primary colors lang, the warm and the cool tones. Pero ito sa akin, I think this will work for me. Okay? So, ayun. I think this would be a short episode. Maybe next time I'll show you more of my works na using gouache. And then, for now, thank you very much for watching. You could share in the comment section if you have comments about this episode, or if you have other tips to share to other artists out there who are also making their own palette. Yun nga pala, nakalimutan ko yung sabi ko, I'll tell you about the first set of gouache that I have. Kaya ito, second set na to. Yung first set, I also tried putting it in a palette. I used yung pill box, lalagyan ng mga medications, tablets. So, I put the gouache there. The brand is Dalaroni. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Nung nilagay ko siya doon, and then tinago ko na siya, I don't know if it is because of the temperature or yung location where I put it, nag-develop siya ng molds. As in, may molds dun sa top ng paint. Hindi ko na siya nakuha ng picture. Or, kasi, I think, baka, dangerous yung mold na if you inhale it. So, tinapon ko na siya kagad. So, hindi ko na siya nakuha ng video or ng picture. So, ayun lang. Thank you very much. And then, I'll see you in the next episode of The Way with Paint. So, thank you for watching.